What's up YouTube, this is PZZSkin here. Today I'm going to be making a video on my Zippo 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 BR. Now I'm sure you guys are wondering, why am I making this video now? I've had this Zippo for over a year now, just over a year, and everybody who's been at least subscribed to me since then, everybody knows that I already own this Zippo. It's been shown in several videos, so why am I making a video on it now? Well, recently I noticed that I don't really have a proper video on this Zippo, so that is why I'm going to go ahead and make this video now. The only video I have that is just about this Zippo, I recorded it the day that I got this thing, but it was shot with the front-facing camera on my iPod Touch, and obviously that's not going to be very good quality, so that is that. This Zippo initially appeared, though, at the end of a sort of long video. That was me showing off my Harley Davidson lighter and my Sapphire lighter in the same video. I was giving you sort of a closer look at those Zippos, and I just threw this in at the end because I had bought this lighter right before making that video, so I figured I'd just go ahead and make that sort of a triple feature and showcase this one as well. But obviously I don't think everybody watched the entirety of that video, and so, well, without further ado, let's just go ahead and let's get into this. So, yeah, this video shouldn't be that long because I have already shown it off, but anyway, so as I've already said, this is the Zippo 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 BR. Now, a few things to note about this particular lighter that make it a little bit interesting compared to other Zippos of the same model. First of all is that this box is a bit unusual. This is actually the older packaging. Now if you watch my closer look at the Harley Davidson Sheriff and the Sapphire Zippos, when I, of course, initially showed this Zippo for the first time and unboxed it and peeled the sticker off, you will note that you'll see that I thought that maybe this is the newer, maybe the next generation of Zippo cardboard boxes because of how thin it is. And still to this day, every time I look at this box, I'm thinking this is a newer style box. It looks, you can see just how thin that really is. In fact, I really should have brought over a standard Zippo box. Let me go ahead and let me grab one. Okay, here we go. So just to give you guys again a comparison here, this is a standard, this is the current packaging for Zippos. This is my lurid green. You'll see, even just like this, you can see that is definitely a bit thicker than this. I don't need to do a side-by-side comparison to show how much thinner this one is, compared to this one. And the fact that it even has a nicer sort of finish to it, this actually feels like a very sturdy box. I can kind of, it's just, this one almost feels cheap, this box here. This feels like cardboard, okay? This, do that sounds, like cardboard. This though, you can see it's shinier. It feels a lot sturdier in the hand. It doesn't creak. You hear this? Whereas these boxes, oh, this one of course isn't doing it. It's just, this feels more solid of a box, if you know what I mean, as opposed to this one, which really, you have to hold one in your hands. Just, if you held both of these in your hands, this feels, since this is basically the same, I'm basically pressing against this and I'm actually squeezing the actual lighter itself, I can feel it in there. This feels like a brick compared to this. This, feels hollow almost, if you know what I mean. It's weird. And like I also said, this one here, the newer box, feels kind of like cardboard. Well, this one, that might sound the same on camera, the noise, but it's definitely, this one feels a lot more of a higher quality packaging. So I don't know really what's going on here, but like I said, initially when I saw this box, while walking out of the store, the reason why I bought this is I was at the store refreshing my lighter fluid supply, and I just had to buy this. And because this is, well, I'll get into this in a little bit, but when I was walking out of the store, I had noticed that the box was a lot thinner, and it kind of made me a little bit excited, because I was thinking, man, they must have slimmed down the packaging a bit this year, but as it turns out, this is not newer packaging, because this is 2005. No, this is a 2006 era box, as you shall soon see. So let's go ahead and let's just take a look at the lighter now that we've talked about the box enough. So here it is, the Zippo 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 BR, which obviously stands for brass. So here's sort of a close-up of it while it's in the box. You will see that, let me go ahead and let me grab this one. You will see that we do not have, on this one we have this made in USA stuff. There you go, creak, hear that? Press down on the lighter, it creaks. This one, no creaking, you can't tell. But on this one we don't have that. It kind of reminds me, I guess, sort of like a piece of jewelry, this package style. And of course I'm not really getting the kind of glare that I want to. There you go, you can kind of see how that sort of sits in there. Sort of the packaging style. Maybe if I cover up that emblem, fix some of that. Yeah, there you go. There's the emblem. Yeah, you can kind of see that, how that's sort of packaged up in there. So it definitely looks different. It doesn't say made in USA. It doesn't say Zippo. It's just a simple sort of a black border, if you will. If we go ahead and we take this out, you will see that we do have the older documentation. We have the Zippo for real, as well as the if I can get this out, come on, you can do it, there we go, the older guarantee pamphlet. Now I kind of grabbed a bad example in terms of this one, because for some reason, well, because this one did not come with a guarantee, and this would actually normally raise some red flags with people, oh my gosh, my Zippo doesn't have a guarantee, that must mean it's fake. No, this is not fake. This is as legitimate as they come. The reason why this does not have the guarantee, and I don't know why they do this, but the store I bought this at, just real quickly, the store I bought this at, it was called the Tinderbox. The store that I bought this at, when they put the lighters in the display, they take the lids off of the box, and for whatever reason, maybe the guarantee fell out of it, or what they do is that they store the lids separate from the guarantees. That's what they do. I remember this because I bought my Sapphire at the same place, and I remember, that time when I got this lighter, not only did he grab a lid out of the little display, but when he was checking me out, he reached underneath the register and pulled out the guarantee pamphlet and put that in there. So in this case, he took the box out, he gave me the lid, but he just completely forgot to grab the guarantee pamphlet out from underneath his desk. So I don't really know why they do that. I don't know why they just keep the whole thing as, sort of store the whole thing as one package like this, just keep the lid on the back of it. It'll still fit in the display. I don't really know why he did that, but that's why this does not have a guarantee. But every single other Zippo that I have that's like this has the guarantee pamphlet in the back of the box, in the back, sort of back lid. So, there you go. It's just kind of interesting how that works. But this one has the older documentation, and you'll see that this one was made in of 2006, March of 2006. All right. And if we take the insert out here, I believe this is a matching insert. Ooh, that's hard to see. Hang on. Yeah, this is in fact a matching insert. of 06, you can see right there. So there we go. Let's go and put this back together. Right, that. So there you go. Something else that's a little bit interesting is that back in 2006, apparently this lighter was actually a bit cheaper. This cost me $24.95 retail. You can see that right there. Now if you have this lighter and it was made, fairly recently, like 2010, 2011, 12, whatever, if you take a look at your price, you'll see that it is going to be a little bit higher than that. I think it's like $27 nowadays. For whatever reason, they were cheaper back in 2006. I don't know why, but that is the retail price. That is exactly what I paid. I even think I got this out of the discount display, so I paid even less than that, 15% off of that. So there you go. I got a steal of a deal, and this was sitting right next to its, I guess I could say its brother, the Zippo 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 with the pewter emblem. It's the exact same lighter, same black crackle finish on it, but instead of having a brass emblem on it, it has a pewter emblem on it. Those are the cheaper versions of these, but that pewter version was actually more expensive in this case than this one was, because that one was a more modern made more recently than this one was, and because of that it had the higher price tag of maybe $26. I don't know exactly what the prices are. I do know though that the in this particular case I spent less money on this than I would have if I had bought the pewter emblem one, which is a little bit funny, if that makes sense. So there you go. Now, as I've said, this has the black crackle finish. You will see that the black crackle finish looks very rough, very much like sandpaper. And but if you actually handle one of these, everybody says this, I know, but why not say it again? If you handle one of these, you will feel and you'll see that, well, you won't see, but you will definitely notice how smooth the finish actually feels. I mean, it doesn't even sound rough if I scratch at it. Well, it kind of does there, but, it's definitely a very bizarre, smooth finish. I mean, you can see that. I mean, it's weird. It's bizarre. I don't understand it either, but there you go. I mean, just feels ridiculously smooth. I just had coffee. My hands are trembling like crazy. So there you go. That is that. Now, you'll also go ahead and notice that we do have, right here, we do have the brass sort of emblem on it. And the brass emblem is showcasing the different Zippo logos from, different years. It shows, sorry, again, trying to get comfortable here, trying to get situated. It shows 4 logos, but the Zippo logo has actually only gone through 3 revisions, okay? The third logo right here, right there, is, that's not an official Zippo logo. That's one that they just threw on there because it looks cool. So, I mean, unless if that actually is a logo that maybe was only around for maybe a couple months, I don't know. I've never seen it, but that, I believe that's just there just to make this lighter look a little bit cooler, because I believe if they only had the 3 logos on there, it would look a little bit, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. So, this one here at the top is sort of the block letters. I believe, this is the original logo. I believe that lasted up until the 40s or 50s. I think it was the 50s when that one finally died out. If you own one of the replica Zippos, you will see that those Zippos still do have the block letters, even though they're made today. They'll still have the block letters on them because obviously that was the kind of logo that they had back in the day. So this, I believe, lasted up until maybe the 50s. Then we go to the script, and I actually have a script Zippo. Let me go ahead and let me grab that. Where is that at? Here it is. This Zippo right here, this was made in 1967. This one right here has, you can see right there, the script logo. Alright, and this is actually made in 1967. I just have the date memorized. This is the only lighter I have that has this weird date code, so I can easily remember when this one was made. Let's get that out of frame. But, you can see here that there's that same logo right there. That was made, I think that one lasted up until sometime in the 70s. And then they switched over to the one that we have today, which you'll even see on the bottom of this Zippo. So there you go. Pretty cool stuff. Like I say, the one that's third down is not an official Zippo logo. That's one that they just thought looked cool, so they threw it on there. So, or maybe that's supposed to, guys, maybe that's supposed to resemble, like, sort of the black font Zippo logo. Like, obviously all the, every time the logo's showing up on this, it's white, but, if it's going to appear against a white piece of paper, like, say, hang on. I bet I can show this. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but if the logo appears on, yeah. See right here, see how that's black? I guess this logo right there is supposed to be the black version. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video on the Zippo 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 BR. Just thought I'd give you guys a bit of a video on it, just because I don't have it really. It doesn't have its own video. showcase. So there you go. I'm probably going to call this video something like a closer look at the Zippo 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 BR. Like I say, I have shown this in a collection update video, whichever one would correspond to showing that this one. But I've also obviously have it in my giant sort of Zippo collection showcase where I show all of the Zippos in my collection. But that's a fairly long video, and I don't really know if everybody will be able to get to that. And so yeah, the only video, like I say, the only other video that I have that's just on this Zippo was shot with my iPod's front-facing camera, and that's just not a very good quality camera. So figured I'd just go ahead and give you guys a proper video on it. So there you guys go. If you're wondering why I went ahead and also bought this one. This one was also one of the Zippos that was on my 2012 Zippo wish list for Beach Trip 2012. This was one that I was actively seeking after. Never found it, so I just decided I'd snag it up at the smoke shop that I was at. That's not too far from my house. When I was refreshing my Zippo fluid. So there you guys go. That's just a quick video, maybe a quick video, I don't know, on the Zippo 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 BR. Thank you all for watching. If you have watched this up to this point, and adios.